Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra, August 24, 2022. The Sun heads into your work and health sector today, where it will transit for a month, and where Mercury has already been visiting. This move brings your ego and pride into the equation, boosting your ability to take charge of your work, daily affairs, or wellness programs. You take more pride in what you do. It's a time for improving your daily routines. This transit awakens a need to lead a more organized, productive, and healthier lifestyle. Even with this workhorse theme, today's likely to be a social one. The moon spends the day in your sign, and you're drawing attention. It's time to get your ducks in a row and channel more of your energy into situations that are worthy of your investment. The same goes for the people you choose to date and the amount of time you willingly dedicate to nurturing the connection. This is especially significant to consider as the Sun will debut in sensually driven Cancer and your 6th house of daily rituals, due diligence, and acts of service today. The Moon, celestial ruler of your intimate 8th house mergers, will also enter your sign and simultaneously square off with Mars and Venus. Significant conversations are likely, especially if it helps the connection. Everyday life is about to slow down. Now that the Sun is in steady Cancer, you will enjoy a slower-paced routine and schedule. Although you are a bouncing fire sign, you may enjoy this easygoing pace. Work will feel immensely stable, even predictable, which may be a nice change of pace as it could decrease your stress. Falling into a steady routine will work best for you during Cancer season so that you do not become lazy. If anything, you may be a little bored since Cancer energy is careful. But there is something to love about predictability. If you plan your evening first thing in the morning, the day will likely go smoothly. That's because you'll be so focused on the evening's entertainment that you won't let life's little delays and distractions bother you in the meantime. In general, the people around you are happy and positive. Projects progress so smoothly that you call it a day earlier than usual. What a welcome change. Maintain contacts and strengthen your social ties, especially with close friends and family. Don't keep putting them off, because they really need to be near you now. It should be easy for you since you are completely at ease with yourself and won't be stressed by their company. Obviously, when others are in a positive mood, you will be too. All that hard work is finally paying off. Today or tonight that person is going to call you, and you're going to have a terrific conversation. Set up a date for some time in the near future. Making an effort to get out and socialize is enough to make others aware of your qualities, and there is every chance you'll discover a new love interest. You're sure to meet new people and create connections that give others an opportunity to get to know and appreciate your delightfully seductive ways. You will be dancing to a different beat than the rest of the zodiac today. You are actually more likely to be floating than dancing. Yes, you will be on cloud 9 all day long. Don't be surprised if tomorrow you learn of several miscommunications that took place today. Today you surely won't notice a thing. Take advantage of your wonderful, dreamy, detached mood. Have a little fun with it. You won't have to try too hard. Stay clear of gossip on this day. Even if this is something you see as harmless every now and then, it can wind up costing you in the long run. Don't be surprised if you see others striking up chatter about other people's business today. When it's a good friend or a group of people you have to get along with, such as co-workers, it can be harder to stay out of it. Yet, it's important. Keep yourself busy and find ways to excuse yourself when this kind of situation occurs. The moon is passing through an important part of the sky today, giving you insight into the 2 areas of your life that are set to become the most dominant over the coming months. Before leaving a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart, the moon will align with the dwarf planet Eris, the warrior princess of the cosmos. This can add fuel to your romantic and creative passions just 2 days before Venus and Jupiter are due to return. Yet the moon will end the day in your work sector, with the lead up to an eclipsing new moon about to give this professional year its second wind. In a case of perfect timing, just as Mercury, the planet of communication returns to your relationship sector to begin a mission to give your relationships a voice. Support locks into place. It is a friendly aspect between Saturn in your communication sector and the dwarf planet Ceres, already in your relationship sector, that gives Mercury a helping hand from the start. Our eyes in the sky. The Cancer moon shares some frustrations in the sky while forming a square with Jupiter today. When it comes to matters of the heart, this energy could throw you for a serious loop. Try to maintain your patience, understanding, and diplomacy should any conflict arise in your love life. Emotions are likely to run high, and Cancer lunar energy is extremely emotional, so things could get ugly quickly. The energy here could amplify issues that might not ordinarily be such a big deal, so try to be mindful of that and keep things in perspective. Unfortunately, the atmosphere doesn't lighten up much as the evening progresses. The moon continues to encounter frustration as it forms a square to Chiron. With all of this going on in the cosmos, you'll want to be on the lookout for manipulative behavior. People might begin to obsess over the ways in which they feel they've been wronged, and you definitely don't want to be in the crossfire when they lash out. If the tension becomes too difficult to manage, you might want to postpone any personal interactions until things cool down. On the plus side, Chiron sends some helpful energy to the moon, so if you're able to keep calm and talk through your issues, you're likely to evolve and strengthen your relationships tonight. Don't let fear stand in the way of letting your sentiments be known. Understanding boundaries with friends is going to be super hard during this new moon, mostly because you're the one who's unable to adhere to the structure and limits in your relationships. The advice is to resist the urge to text too much. Be cognizant of the volume of communication you send over. While we can trust our head to steer us in the correct direction, we should aim to be heart-centered in our approach. The next 2 days are an excellent time for starting things, but not for seeing them through if they require extensive planning or patience. In the morning, the Cancer moon squares Jupiter in Aries, augmenting optimism. Emotional comfort may be sought through the discovery of new spiritual insights or education. Although we derive pleasure in the familiar, under this influence, we are curious about how different cultures live. However, this transit can also facilitate blind spots that leave us vulnerable to taking too much on faith. We can also find ourselves spiritually bypassing dilemmas that require a rational solution. Aim to stay high-minded without being avoidant of life's complex realities. Before noon, the Leo Sun and Vesta, the goddess asteroid of divine inspiration, oppose each other in the sky. We now find ourselves asking, is my passion somehow at odds with the image I'm presenting to the world? Vesta in Aquarius suggests that we be inclusive of the diverse needs of those within our communities. We may be wondering how we can define our personal identity through humanitarian or innovative group efforts. Even though these ideas seem opposed, they are not intrinsically at odds. We must know ourselves, and know ourselves well, before we can stand as an example of an idea for others. The point is not to claim leadership and authority by force, but to be a pillar that inspires those around us to act. This transit SUG celebrated rather than scrutinized, because they have made us the person we are today.